My daughter turned 63 last April. I sent her a card, handwritten the whole 9 yards, enclosed a check for $100, same as I've done for 40 years. She sent back a text message, not even to my phone, mind you, to my neighbour's phone, because she knows I don't carry one of those things around. It said, "Thanks." 3 letters. That was the moment I realized I'd been holding on to something that had already let go of me. I'm Benedict. I'm 92 years old, and I live alone in a house that most people would call too quiet. But I chose this. Not out of bitterness, understand, not out of spite. I chose it because somewhere along the way I figured out that silence, real silence, is kinder than the noise of people who've already forgotten you're there. Truth be told, it took me decades to accept that. I used to call, I used to show up, I used to think that if I just tried harder, loved louder, gave more, that somehow the gap would close. It doesn't. And the day I stopped trying to close it was the day I finally started breathing again. This isn't a sad story, it's just an honest one. And if you're sitting there right now, wondering why the people you love don't call you back, why birthdays pass without a word, why your name only comes up when they need something, then maybe this is for you too. Because I learned something at 47 that I wish I'd known at 27, and I'll tell you for free, it changed everything.
It was a Tuesday morning in 1979. I remember because it was garbage day, and I had just rolled the bins out to the curb when the phone rang. I ran inside. Thought maybe it was my son. He'd been traveling for work, hadn't heard from him in a couple weeks. Picked up the receiver. Wrong number. Slight pause. And I stood there in the kitchen, holding that phone, and I realized I couldn't remember the last time someone had called me just to talk. Not to ask for money. Not to confirm a holiday dinner they were obligated to attend. Just to talk. That's when it hit me. I had spent 47 years being available, being helpful, being the one who showed up, who listened, who remembered everyone's birthdays and middle names and favorite meals. And somehow, I had become invisible, not because I'd done anything wrong, but because people stopped seeing what's always there. I don't blame them, really. It's human nature, I suppose. We take for granted the people who never leave, the ones who never make a fuss, the ones who just quietly love. But here's the thing nobody tells you. You can love people deeply and still not be a priority in their lives. Hard pill to swallow. And once I swallowed it, I had a choice to make. I could keep reaching out, keep hoping, keep waiting for the phone to ring, or I could step back and see what happened. So I did. I stopped calling first, stopped sending the long letters, stopped organizing the reunions. And you know what? Clear's throat. The silence was deafening. Not at first. At first, I thought maybe they were just busy. Maybe they'd notice soon. but weeks turned into months, months into years, and eventually I understood. They didn't miss me. They missed what I did for them. Now, I'm not telling you this to make you sad. I'm telling you because it's the truth. And the truth, uncomfortable as it is, will set you free. Stop calling the people who don't call you. Stop showing up for people who wouldn't cross the street for you. Stop watering dead plants and wondering why nothing's growing. I know that sounds cold, but it's not. It's merciful. Because every minute you spend chasing someone who's already walked away is a minute you're stealing from yourself. And friend, you don't have an unlimited supply. I'm 92. I know that better than most. There's a special kind of exhaustion that comes from loving people who only remember you exist when it's convenient. You start to wonder if you're asking for too much. If maybe you're just too sensitive, too needy. But you're not. You're just human. And humans need to be seen, to be valued, to know that their presence matters. If the people in your life can't give you that, then it's not your job to keep begging for it. Truth be told, letting go isn't about punishing anyone. It's about protecting yourself. It's about saying, I deserve more than crumbs. And then, actually believing it. I spent decades making excuses for people. Oh, they're busy. Oh, they've got a lot going on. Oh, I shouldn't take it personally. But eventually, you run out of excuses. And when you do, you're left with a choice. Do I keep pretending this is enough? Or do I walk away and find peace? I chose peace. Not the kind you see on a greeting card. The real kind. The kind that only comes when you stop fighting for a seat at a table that was never set for you. These days, I wake up around 6. The light comes in soft through the kitchen window. I make my coffee slow, one scoop at a time. No rush. No phone calls to return. No obligations tugging at my sleeve. Just me. The quiet. And the steady rhythm of a life I finally get to live on my own terms. People think solitude is loneliness. It's not. Loneliness is being surrounded by people and still feeling unseen. Solitude is freedom. It's the greatest escape I've ever known. Not from the world, but from the noise. From the endless cycle of trying to be enough for people who were never really paying attention in the first place. I read now, mostly history, some poetry, though I'll never admit that to anyone but you. I sit on the porch in the evenings and watch the sky change colors. I've started noticing things I never had time for before. The way that trees move differently depending on the wind. The smell of rain before it even starts. The exact moment the day shifts from afternoon to evening. Small things. Beautiful things. Things that don't ask anything of me. Pause. I'm not saying I don't miss people. I do. But I don't miss the version of myself I had to become just to keep them around. The one who smiled through dismissiveness. Who apologized for needing. Who shrunk himself down so others could feel bigger. That version's gone. And good riddance. What's left is just me. I'm unpolished. A little rough around the edges. But honest. And I'll tell you something. I like him better. This life isn't loud. It isn't flashy. But it's mine. And that's worth more than all the hollow birthday texts in the world. So here's what I want to leave you with. If you're waiting for permission to stop chasing people who don't chase you back, this is it. Let them go. Not with anger. Not with some big dramatic exit. Just quietly, gently. The same way they let go of you. And then, go live. I mean really live. Not to prove anyone wrong. Not to make them regret losing you. But because your life, your actual, precious, finite life, is still happening. Right now. While you're sitting there wondering why they don't care. And friend, it's too short to spend it like that. Find the people who see you. The ones who show up without being asked. The ones who remember. And if you can't find them yet, then be alone until you do. Because being alone with peace is better than being surrounded by indifference. I promise you that. I've lived both. Clear's throat. I'm 92 years old. I've buried friends. I've made mistakes. I've loved people who didn't love me back. And I'm still here. Still breathing. Still finding small joys in quiet mornings. Still learning that the greatest love you'll ever give is the one you finally give yourself. So take it from an old man who learned it far too late. Stop waiting. Stop hoping they'll change. Stop breaking your own heart over and over again. Just step forward. Into the silence. Into the unknown. Into the life that's been waiting for you this whole time. It's there. I promise. You just have to be brave enough to choose it.
Notice, this video is a creative work of storytelling. The character of Benedict is fictional and designed to reflect shared human experiences and life lessons. Any financial figures or personal stories mentioned are for illustrative and educational purposes only. This content does not provide professional financial, legal, or mental health advice. Copyright 2026 The 92-Year Witness. All rights reserved.